Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And a very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Kind of Spot in Town. This is Sunshine's Corner. And today we've got a conversation that is so needed. I think we should speak more openly. You know, September is Suicide Prevention Month. And today I have with me Rachelle Burnhams, and she's going to be telling us about the coalition and everything that she works with and all the things that's so prevalent that we should be aware of when it comes to suicide. And it's so many things that have happened that I've learned with people that I know in the last several years that has really taken me to another level of wanting to be more proactive, to learn to be more filled with knowledge on things and even simple signs that happen when it does refer to suicide. And now, just because this is the month that we recognize it, but we got to realize that we know the signs 365 days a year so that we as a community can help those that are in need. Good morning, Rachelle, and thank you so much for being here with us today.
Good morning, Sunshine. It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. Now, you are with the
Escarosa Suicide Prevention Coalition.
Yes. And I mean, that has got to be, when you think about the things, but I guess it's like this, though, Rachelle. When you learn knowledge, knowledge is power.
That's right.
And things that you can learn when it comes to, if you know the signs for things that are dealing with people mentally, that causes them to even think about suicide. When you come to that, Rachelle, I was reading over the pamphlet you sent that I saw, right? And there's so many signs of things that are there. But the thing I think that comes to mind with me, I've dealt with some very bad things, but never to the point that I thought I would want to hurt myself.
Yeah.
And I wonder what are the triggers? What are some of the things that you can share with us today about the coalition, the things that you work with, the people, and how important it is to be aware so that we can help those that we love?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell us something like that?
Yeah. You mentioned, warning signs, like what to look for in someone that might be at risk for suicide.
Right.
And there are lists, you can easily find them on the internet.
Right.
If you look up warning signs for suicide, although the first thing that will pop up if you do a search like that on the internet is 988, the number that is the Suicide Crisis Lifeline, which is great because that means that they're being proactive, making sure that we are able to get people connected with the resources that they need.
Okay.
But warning signs, can be anything from someone who withdraws, who maybe normally was fairly outgoing. It might be someone who is maybe has always struggled with depression but seems even more discouraged. Or even surprisingly, someone that might normally have been pretty depressed or discouraged and suddenly seems lighter. And the reason for that is sometimes people make a decision to take their life and they've been in so much pain and such burden that they feel some relief thinking about ending their life. I know that's hard sometimes for us to understand. Another sign is giving things away. Sometimes people will give things away and they'll say things like, I don't need this where I'm going, or I don't need this. And this is important to me, I want you to have it, I won't need it anymore, something like that. People may increase their substance use, may increase drinking, they may increase use of drugs. Really, it's a desire to figure out a way to escape the emotional pain that they're in.
Absolutely. And you know with September being Suicide Prevention Month, what is it that I think when I was thinking last night, the first question that came to mind is that this month to you, I mean, the strength in it, what does it really mean to you to be in that seat that you're in, to be able to help somebody, the depths of that help?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, I'm so thankful there's a month that recognizes suicide prevention, because there are still a lot of people that don't realize that it's actually something that can be prevented. A lot of people think that, well, if someone's going to take their own life, that's a very prevalent myth. Someone's going to take their own life, they're just going to do it, there's nothing we can do to stop it, and that is not true.
Really?
Yeah, we can absolutely always help people. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to catch everybody. There are, some people that that may still die by suicide. But our goal, our vision as a coalition is to eliminate suicide in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties.
Oh, absolutely. So in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties, is it that many? Is it that high?
So there are two ways to look at it, and I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, and the numbers do lag behind a couple of years usually because they're public health records, right? And so public health data always goes, it runs about 2 years behind by the time the year ends, and then it takes a while for them to go through the data. But I don't have the exact numbers in my mind, and I didn't bring them with me.
I understand.
But there are numbers, and then there's a rate, right? A suicide rate. So the numbers for Escambia County are higher because the population is bigger.
Okay.
But the rate is actually higher in Santa Rosa County.
Really?
And so it is typically it's the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S. And a lot of people don't realize that.
You say it's the 11th?
It's the 11th leading cause of death. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, and among young people, it is the second leading cause of death for those between the ages of 15 and 34. Second leading cause of death. So we have a lot of work to do when it comes to our young people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, but you never know what a person is. I guess what my mind is just rolling. What is it that can be so, especially I think with a younger person, what is it that can be bothering you so that it causes?
Right. Yeah, I understand. And I think that, I think that looking at it this way is helpful. Someone considers suicide when their resources do not match the pain that they're in. So when their pain exceeds their resources or their availability to deal with that pain, that's when they would consider suicide. So the great news about that is
Let me ask you, not cut you off.
Yeah.
When you say their resources, does not match their pain. Resources such as?
So maybe their ability to be resilient.
Okay.
Their ability to connect with other people, their hope, their understanding of whether or not there are people or crisis line numbers that they can reach out to. So there are, any of those things would be considered a resource, whether they're internal resources or whether they're external resources.
Oh my God.
Yeah. When they don't have, when their pain feels like it's more than they can handle and they don't know how to handle it, then that's when people consider suicide.
Oh my goodness.
The good news is that it gives them, and it gives us, the opportunity to help people who are feeling that way, because we can be a resource. We can provide resources like 988, like the crisis text line, to people who are struggling, and so we have hope.
So that's one of the misconceptions that about suicide prevention that we're not aware of. That I think the more I'm a believer that the more we talk about something, the more we'll learn.
Absolutely.
And not to feel that this is a conversation that we should not have, when we should be practicing to have it even more. So that I believe that knowledge is power. I say that every single day.
Yes.
Because there are so many things that if we would get the knowledge and apply it. With all of these numbers, where you say in Santa Rosa, number 2. My God.
Well, in nationally, actually, 15 to 34 is
right.
Those are the ones who are it's the second leading cause of death for them.
Unbelievable. I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
And I think even with I'm going to say this to Michelle, even though I couldn't get with her, because she's got her event this weekend, suicide prevention, that's going to be going on right there at Museum Plaza. All weekend. She's going to be there. I noticed last night when I was going through her social media, she's got so many other events that surround them that day because of the fact, because she shared her story with us last year. And she's a strong woman, and how she says, the steps that she has to go through still today to be able to cope with the fact of her son.
Yes.
And I see now that I'm learning even more, even with her, that the things that is so difficult to, how can I say, I just want to talk to somebody. That's what 988 is for.
Yes, absolutely.
To talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody that's around you and their personality, their routines have changed, that's the first thing you can see, that we can talk to somebody about the issues that they are dealing with.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely great. Now, for those who are viewing today, if you want to be a part of this conversation, like I said, don't be afraid to talk. That's what we need to do.
Yes.
If there's someone, a loved one, or maybe there's something that's troubling you, because you said that age is not really a cutoff, because it could happen to anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anybody. But the fact of it is, we have Rachel here with us today, and we can learn so much more if we just talk about it. And that's why we're doing this. I got to have you back more often, because I think that maybe, I know that September is Suicide Prevention Month, but we got to come up with something so we can keep that knowledge out there, because of how it happens so frequently.
Yeah.
In just these two counties.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, what are some of the things that you've dealt with that's number one for the younger people that deal with it, causes them to try to go to that step?
You know, I think, so I want to start by saying that suicide is a complex issue. So that I think we as a culture, societally, we want to find one thing, right? We want to say, well, why did they do it? And we want to pinpoint it, because if we do, then we can maybe address that one thing. And unfortunately, there's more than one thing. But there are some things, I think, that impact young people, and particularly you mentioned, so social media plays a big role. Bullying, whether it's in person or cyberbullying, plays a big role. Family environment, trauma can play a big role. There are so many factors. Loss, someone who is exposed to suicide loss, so if they've had a loss, and the closer it is to them, for example, if it was their parent, that has a profound impact on someone. And when someone loses a loved one to suicide, they then are at more risk for suicide themselves. It increases their risk of suicide.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I never would have thought that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that just the pressures that young people are under today, I think that, you know,
I'm not cutting you off again.
Yeah.
But when you say the pressures that young people are under today, now I'm going to throw another wrench in this.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes, and I have been a believer all my life, even from, that's the way I was brought up, right? But I think there's a link missing there too.
Yes.
That connection of having that relationship with Christ.
Yes.
Because
I agree.
When you say the things that you're dealing, I mean, when you look at a child, Rachel, I mean, what? Go to school, do your work, come on, let's go through the steps of growing up.
Right.
But today with social media, you got an image thing going on. You know, and everybody puts all their business on social media instead of using it for what it's really used for. I think that's a tool that everybody said, okay, now here's my mouthpiece.
Right.
And that can be heard in somebody else.
Yeah.
When you get angry, if you just look at social media, when they get angry, they discuss it on social media.
Yeah.
Not thinking about the effect that it's having on the other person.
People. Right.
And with the young people, I think it's this thing now where you feel, especially this body image, and I think that's a myth that everybody needs to get out of, because it's not that way.
Right.
And I'll say this, and I've said it to young people that I've spoken to. Most of those pictures you see of the stars, that's airbrushed. I mean, that is something that's made to look that way.
Yeah.
And they try to reach that, and I think that's also a problem there.
Yeah.
And when you say cyberbullying, now you're gonna laugh. I've seen that on Law and Order. I'm a Law and Order fan. Because they use a lot of things on that show that happens currently.
Real life.
In real life. And I saw that with the cyberbullying. Do we get that a lot on the Gulf Coast? Sometimes, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really prevalent everywhere. I hear about it frequently. One of the partners in the coalition, both the school districts are partners on the coalition, and I know that it is a big challenge for them to kind of counteract the impact of cyberbullying and bullying. I don't want to make it sound like it's the only factor or even
of
the
course,
biggest factor, because there are so many other things as well. But it's an issue. It's a problem. And the other piece is not just the pressures that everybody feels, but young people you were referring to in particular, but then there's also the ability to cope with those pressures. So life is tough, life is messy, it can be really difficult, but if you are resilient, if you have grit, if you have faith, if you have connection with other people, then you have those resources I talked about that enable you to combat that. So we're not going to be able to address all the environmental or external factors, right? But what we can do is help people build up their sense of worth, their sense of self, their ability to understand that they are enough, that they are good enough as they are. And you're right, image makes a big difference. People are so focused on the external and not as much necessarily focused on the internal.
Absolutely, I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having a very needed conversation. Rachelle Burns, she's here with us. And look, I want you to sit back, get your coffee, and look, if you've got questions, 850-432-7768. There is an event that's going on this weekend there at Museum Plaza with Michelle Gant. All in reference to her son that she lost to suicide. And I would encourage you to please, if you do anything, go by this weekend, because she's got a day full of activities that are planned. Make sure you go by, get some information, and learn to apply it as we continue this conversation with Rachelle right here on Sonshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sonshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sonshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
Take a ride on the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley. From now until September 4th, from 4 p.m. to midnight, tour Pensacola Beach for free on the Island Trolley. Our open-air trolleys allow riders to take in all the fun and sun of Pensacola Beach. Plus, riders will be able to track the trolley's location, making it easier for everyone to plan ahead and enjoy the ride. To learn more about the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley, head to visitpensacolabbeach.com/trolley-information. See you on the trolley.
And welcome back to this Tuesday edition of Sonshine's Corner. We are talking with Rachelle Burns in regards to September being, I just hate to say it, but it's so real. Suicide Prevention Month. And to be aware of the things. And I was going through that flyer that you sent me that I found last night online. And believe me, if you log on to the website and just key in suicide prevention, it pops up. And there are so many things on there that I was so concerned about, but I said that I wanted to address today because of the fact of the things that we as a everyday person does not realize that a person can be dealing with. And I think that once we would take that initiative, and it says, one of them here, when you at the top one, it says feeling like a burden.
Yeah.
Being isolated, we talked about that. Increased anxiety. All of these things are signs that if a person is dealing with something, mental health, they're tied together, right?
Yes. Yeah, and the more you see, the more at risk someone might be. So just because someone's experiencing anxiety doesn't necessarily mean they're struggling with thoughts of suicide. But if they're anxious, if they seem depressed, if they are increasing their substance use, if they are withdrawing, the more of those things that you see, then the more concerned you should be and reach out and
Absolutely.
connect.
And it also is said, yeah, I see that, increased anger or rage. I wonder, am I okay? Just kidding. I had to get a laugh in. It's just
It's a heavy subject. We need to laugh sometimes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You got extreme mood swings, expressing hopelessness.
Yes.
I mean, a young person, I just got to say that. I keep hammering on the young people. These things are so, I think about so many stories that I've heard when people share their stories with me that they have gone through with their family members. I think sometimes, now this is just me and I could be wrong. I think sometimes we can do things quick, and when we realize that we've done this, is that a factor that you think that you got to go to the next level because you've already done this? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Do you mean in terms of behaviors that would lead towards suicide? Yeah. So one of the things that is considered a kind of a contributing factor to someone who may be at more risk for suicide is that they have practiced self-harm in any way, because it kind of pushes the boundary against people. You know, our natural tendency as humans is we don't like pain.
Right.
We don't like pain. But some people who self-harm, like cut or burn themselves, they are using that to try to get some relief from the emotional pain that they're experiencing. But what happens is that it creates this sort of acceptance, and they become used to physically harming themselves. So while someone who self-harms, it doesn't mean they're actively suicidal. It does put them at higher risk. That was in my
thought process.
Yeah, it does put them at higher risk because they're sort of reducing that pain threshold, that barrier to being in pain. And then the other piece of it is that it sort of gives them a perspective of, well, I can do this. Whereas most of us would, I know I've, in the very, very distant past, I had thoughts of suicide, but it was a very fleeting thought.
Right.
And I thought to myself, well, I don't think I could go through with it because I don't think I could think about the pain or whatever that, and also the pain that I might cause others.
Exactly.
But mostly when people are in that place of feeling suicidal, they can't really think about others, and because they're in so much emotional pain themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it sometimes, Rachel, that cutting, the burning, has it ever been where a person's reaching out for attention?
I'm sure that there could be some instances of that. And I know that there is also a prevalent myth with suicide attempts that sometimes it's attention seeking.
Yes.
So that also is a myth.
It is?
It is, because even though that might be part of it, what we need to know is that the fact is that they need help. So if it's a cry for help, absolutely we need to reach out and help. If we see it as attention seeking, let's give them attention because they're struggling.
Okay.
And we don't want them to get to that point where they do take their life.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and give them that attention if that's what they're looking for. And let's not look at it as a negative thing, but take every threat of suicide or self-harm seriously. I also want to say that the self-harm is also, the sort of clinical term for it is non-suicidal self-injury. So you can, even in that term, you can see that in and of itself, it's not a suicidal behavior, right? Although it can put someone at more risk for suicide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've read, some teens especially, will cry out. I think, this is just me, okay? I'm learning. I'm open to learn. They'll do things just to get what they want or put the pressure on the parents to say, and I think, I gotta say what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
because I can't have this, I'm going to give you a guilt trip. Oh, I'm going to tell you, oh, I just want to die.
Right.
Sometimes I want to kill you. Okay, I've read things like this.
Right.
How do you?
So.
But let me add this part, one more thing, Rachel.
Yes, ma'am.
If they get that, then once they get to a point where they stop, then they see that if you give and say, okay, here, Barbara, here's your phone. I'm okay then. The child is.
Right.
What would you call that?
On the child's part, manipulation.
Okay.
On the parent's part, lack of boundaries. If the discipline for a child is
Okay,
that you
that's the
take
word
away
I'm
their
looking for, discipline.
phone, then that's completely appropriate in the right context. If a child uses or a young person uses manipulative behavior and they use the threat of suicide within that, the parent thinks, well, they're just being manipulative. I personally, if it were my child, and I actually did this because my daughter, when she was a lot younger, struggled with her emotions. Her dad and I had gone through a divorce, and she was really having a hard time with it, and she talked about wanting to die, and she seemed to be using it as a threat to manipulate. But I said, you know what? I love you, I care about you, and we need to take this seriously. If you're really having those thoughts, we need to go and talk to someone and make sure that we provide you with what you need to stay safe. So I had her put her coat on because we were going to go to the hospital, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not really going to do it."
Really?
Yeah.
I see.
And I wasn't just calling her bluff. I really was letting her know, look, I care about you enough to take this seriously. Yes.
Exactly.
I want to take it seriously. I care about you. I don't want anything to happen to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's not confuse manipulation when the person is really
Right.
reaching out. You
Yeah.
see the signs that there could be suicidal signs,
Right.
but let's not confuse the two with the manipulation.
Right. Well, and let's not worry about the manipulation.
Exactly.
If we're concerned about the manipulation, that will, and I think, is secondary to the individual's pain that they're in. Let's address that, and then perhaps the manipulation will either disappear or it will be exposed for what it is. But let's address the suicidal thoughts, words, behaviors. Let's talk about it. Let's express care and concern and let them know that we love them too much to let them move forward with that. We want to do everything within our power to keep them safe.
Absolutely. Now, the hotlines, the counseling, and the hotline is 24 hours, and that's the 988.
Yes.
We want to keep that number top of mind, because if the need be, you know it.
Yes.
Dial it.
Absolutely.
Get the help. Get the counseling. And if you see some of these signs that we're talking about, I think you should seek the counseling then.
Yes.
And do you think it's
absolutely.
best that the parent and the child, or the two people, get the counseling together?
That's a great question, Sunshine. So I think it depends on the situation. I think that it can be really helpful for families, if it's a youth that is struggling, for families to go and get family therapy. Because many times the struggles that the child is experiencing are in some way connected to the family. It doesn't mean that it's the parents' fault. I'm not blaming parents, but there are often dynamics in families that can impact how a child's doing. So, but then there may be situations where it's more helpful for them to see a counselor individually. So I think that is something most counselors will be happy to talk to someone prior to making an appointment and coming in, so they can say, hey, this is the situation that we're experiencing. Should we come as a family or have them come in as an individual? And even with family therapy, a lot of times the therapist will see the family members individually as well as in a group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you gotta be transparent about it.
Absolutely.
Transparency is key.
Yes.
You must be.
Yes.
And don't forget, take the I out of the equation and think about us, and let's be transparent about the things that we're dealing with that we see.
Yeah, it's very vulnerable, I think, to be transparent, but I think that the most important thing to know is we need to reframe transparency and vulnerability are in some populations, in some communities, are like, kind of words that we shy away from. But I think the important thing is for us to say, actually, it's courage.
Okay.
Actually, it's being brave. Let's be brave and courageous and go and address the things that we're concerned about.
Absolutely.
So those transparency and vulnerability are courage.
Oh, wonder. I like that. I like that. And I'm going to switch my words around. So we are having a great conversation today. It is Suicide Prevention Month, and we have Rachelle Burns and with us, and we are learning so many factors that you should be applying. I hope you got your pen and your pad to write these things down. But if just in case you did, now this show is going to play a game this afternoon at 6 o'clock. For those who could not watch it this morning, can get in with all the information this afternoon. We're going to come back with more conversation right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
Come see us at Royal Appliance Outlet. We have refrigerators, washers and dryers, stoves, beautiful furniture from all of your name brands that you know and trust. Samsung, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, and GE, all at discount prices. Come visit us today at 1612 Faith Boulevard. You're gonna love our easy credit to help you bring all of your favorite furniture home. Come visit Royal Appliance Outlet.
It's baseball season. From heart-stopping plays to legendary victories, this is baseball at its finest. Grab your seat, bring your energy, and witness greatness live. Don't just watch it, feel it. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos are back, and you can watch Pensacola Blue Wahoos home games live on Fridays and Saturdays, only on Blab TV. Love the Blue Wahoos but can't watch? Get your tickets now.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
And welcome back to this Tuesday edition of Sunshine's Corner. We are talking about a very important topic, I think, and I'll say this so I can't say it anymore, that we should talk about it more often, because I believe the more knowledge we have, the more prevention we can come up with.
Absolutely.
Okay, I really believe
Yes.
that. Let's not fear, because there is a stigma, and I'm going to say this, in the Black community, that if you go out and you seek help, you don't need help. You don't need to talk to nobody. You're not, I think what I find out by talking to so many people, it's equated with, oh, you're crazy if you got to go see somebody. But it's good to talk to somebody. And counseling is just a way that you can get it out, release, and find better ways, whatever it is that you're coping with.
Yeah.
That there's a mechanism there that we just got to connect the dots and cause it to be better for the community. And let's take away that stigma when it's help that we need. Because it happens to everybody.
Absolutely.
Red, yellow, black, white, or brown. All of us.
No respecter of persons, backgrounds, environment, family, anything.
None whatsoever,
it
but
to
it's
everyone.
there. In the community, what is it with building a supportive community? How can we do that so we can just make sure that we keep that link going? Because I'm finding out there's so much, just today, I'm not usually sitting like this. I mean, but I'm learning so much, Rachelle.
Well, good.
Because it's so good that we need to know this. But as a community, what can we be, how can we build to be more supportive with each other?
So that's such a great question. I think the number one thing is being willing to talk. You mentioned transparency and vulnerability, which take courage. But I think by being courageous around your family, your friends, your neighbors, your church family, talking to them about your struggles and being vulnerable enough to say, I'm not doing great, and I need help, and I'm not sure what to do.
Exactly.
And then on the receiving side of that, so that's someone, if you're struggling, I would say reach out to someone you trust. And if you don't have anyone that you really feel you trust, call 988. But on the receiving end, if someone shares with you that they're struggling, learn to listen, be slow to react. I think there's a biblical verse about that.
Yes, it is.
Right? Be quick to listen and slow to respond. And it's really important that we listen and let people know that we care enough about how they're feeling to not interrupt them, to not formulate our responses while they're talking, but just to listen and to empathize, to let them know that your heart hurts because they're hurting.
Exactly.
Right? And that you're there for them, and you don't know what to do. If you don't know what to do, it's okay. Even if you forget the 988 number, you can say, look, I don't know what to do about this, and I feel a little nervous, but I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you get the help that you need.
Absolutely. When it comes to mental health, I'm going to tweak it just a little bit, turn it a little bit. Mental health is so many different stages. I say that because I have a girlfriend that she found out 30 some odd years ago that she was manic depression. Then she had to take medication to level it out, but it got so bad, and to this day I don't think she even recognizes me. But I'm saying this because this is a fact. Because depression comes in so many levels that you think, and it broke her marriage up.
Yeah.
Because when she would get so high.
Right.
She would be so high at one point, then there was a day she was like that.
Yeah.
And I think these are also signs, that things that we can see to help with.
Right.
That I think all of these entities work together to create this thing that may cause you to want to do something to yourself.
Absolutely.
She has had to go through many things. She has had breakdowns.
Yeah.
And I'm sharing this because I know she would want me to share this because of the closeness that we had, still have. She's still here. But now it's like she doesn't even recognize me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so sad.
It's painful.
It's very, very painful when I go. And I'll share this because I'm saying this because I would tell her, I was many times I would take her, I said, let's go to the doctor. Come on, let me take you here, right?
Yeah.
And it got to the point now, she recognized me for a moment. I could see it in her face. But then all of a sudden it just went right back. And I say that because when you see that, that's what I did for her.
Yeah.
But she's in a hospital.
Okay.
And but these things, I think that we as a community needs to stop saying, okay, what's in this house don't stay in this house. We got to go out there and get the help.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That made my heart beat. One day I'll share it with you. I mean, but I say this every day. When you may hear a little distraction in the background because we're under construction, you'll hear a few things, but we are. That puppy scared me. Okay, Rachel.
He was big.
He was big.
Big dog. You don't expect a big dog to walk through the studio every day.
No, you do not. So please bear with us. This will not be going on much longer, and we're almost complete with our new studio. But the fact, I almost lost my thought. But with these things that are happening when it comes to suicide, I want us to remember the number 988. I want to encourage everybody also to come out to the event that's going to be taking place this Saturday at Museum Plaza with the suicide prevention with Michelle Gantz. She has worked so hard behind this. She's got a lot of people behind her working with this. And all of these things that we're finding out that we can do, how can we, the myth that we go through, the things that we hear that we know that I thought was a fact was not, you know, but it's learning new things.
Yeah.
When you see these things, okay, I cannot fathom what I would do if that happened to somebody close to me. Is that what you're saying that may cause a person to think that they need to, because that person did this, do they sometimes blame themselves?
Oh yeah, there's absolutely, I mean, as with many other areas of life, you know, there's survivor guilt. People struggle with thinking, well, what if I'd done this, or what if I'd done that? And And as a loss survivor, which is what we call someone who's lost a loved one to suicide, you really need to be gracious with yourself and kind to yourself, and recognize that there may have been things that you could have done, but you certainly can't change that now.
Right.
And the important thing is that you learn to heal. You may not get your questions answered, but you can grow and heal, and you can use your experiences and your resilience and your growth for good, like Michelle has.
Exactly.
Right? She's formed a nonprofit. She's doing this annual walk. She's been connecting with other loss survivors and helping them get through. So, it's hard. It is hard, and there is a lot of blame, self-blame. But I would encourage loss survivors that you really need to know that it wasn't one thing, and it wasn't necessarily that you could have saved your loved one.
Right.
But certainly there are things that before someone takes their own life, we can do to try to help them and support them and prevent them from doing that.
And I want to give Michelle her flowers because of the fact of what she also does. Each time she goes to therapy, she comes back and she inspires somebody else online. She goes on social media.
Yeah.
And she gives everybody a pep talk on something, even when she's having a bad day.
Yeah.
She shares that.
Yeah.
And I commended her on that. I said, girl, let me compliment you for the strength that you have, and you're helping so many by doing that. And when she goes to, I think with the last one, she said, well, it's my day. I'm headed to therapy. I'll be back later. I mean, but it helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody needs to realize that there is help. 988, number one, counseling.
Yeah.
Talk to people. Don't hold it on the inside.
Right.
There's an old cliche that a little thing that my son used to say would always make me laugh. Mama, don't hold that because pressure will bust a pipe.
Oh, that's so true. It's so true. I like to tell people that stuffing your emotions down is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Eventually, it's going to pop up, and it will be at the most inconvenient, worst time possible.
I love that, the beach ball, because when you try to push a ball and just try to hold that ball, that's literally impossible because
it'll pop up.
It's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
And with the job that you do, I got to commend you. Oh my, I don't know if I could do it. But what the fact of it is, when you think about who you're helping, the people that you're helping, the resources that are there that people don't realize that are there for them, and there is a connect with you, and the softness that I see in you, Rachel, how you deliver the message.
Thank you.
It is so, you can't do nothing but receive it. It's so reciprocal that it's so soft that I feel the care.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I have opportunity to talk with people a lot, although the coalition itself, we're not about necessarily direct service. We're really about spreading the message that there's hope and sharing resources and getting the conversation going, reducing the stigma, increasing help seeking. But of course, we do get to have great conversations with people, and people do share with us about their struggles. I want to share a story, if I may. I was at an event, a resource fair last year, and a lady came up to me, and she saw that I was with the Suicide Prevention Coalition and that I was handing out materials about 988, and she said, I want to come up and thank you. And I said, thank you so much for saying that. She said, no, you don't understand, 988 saved my life. And I said, oh, well, can you share more with me? She said she had been given a diagnosis of breast cancer. She lost her job, and when she lost her job, she was about to lose her home, and she just thought there was nothing worth living for. And so she had made a decision to take her own life. And as she was driving to the woods where she was going to take her own life, she decided that she would try 988 because in the back of her mind, she remembered hearing about it somewhere. And she thought, you know what, it can't hurt. I mean, I'm still going to take my own life if it doesn't work. So she called 988. They were on the phone with her for several hours. And eventually she agreed to let the sheriff's deputies come and help her. And she said I know it's not always a great experience for people, but for her it was very helpful. They were very kind and supportive, and they transported her so that she could go to an inpatient and get some support and help. And she said when she got out, things had changed so drastically for her. She realized she needed some medication, she needed counseling, and she also found faith, which is a wonderful thing, and she found a church community. So the thing is that there are so many things that we can do to help others. And 988, I know we keep talking about it, but we want it to stick in people's minds, right? We want people to remember it because it's an easy number, like 911, and it's only been around for 3 years, because prior to that it was a 1-800 number, and they're so much harder to remember.
Of course.
So we're thankful that they made this 988 number available. And the other thing about it that's wonderful is that it is a national number, so it's available anywhere in the US, but it's answered locally. So it's answered in our community by United Way of West Florida. They have the 988 call center, and they know our community, and so they know how to connect people with resources right here.
That is beautiful. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's great. So you're not talking to somebody in New York.
That's right.
You're talking to somebody right here locally.
Exactly.
That is such great. We're going to talk.
Yeah.
Ooh. You see what we mean by talking? The education, the knowledge that we're receiving, that's the way we do it. This is why this show is so important to the community.
Amen.
Because we can touch the things that needs to be talked about. It is based on what we need to be educated. Educate on all the things that's important. We're not done yet. We're going to talk more with Rachel when we return right here on Sonshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Fostering a pet for a friend or neighbor can keep families together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Take a ride on the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley. From now until September 4th, from 4 p.m. to midnight, tour Pensacola Beach for free on the Island Trolley. Our open-air trolleys allow riders to take in all the fun and sun of Pensacola Beach. Plus, riders will be able to track the trolley's location, making it easier for everyone to plan ahead and enjoy the ride. To learn more about the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley, head to visitpensacolabeach.com/trolley-information. See you on the trolley.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quince Dieter, and I am Blab TV.
Yes, ma'am.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. I'll tell you what, the more this conversation, the more we talk, the more I learn. And the more I tell you, we just had a person just walk through and just let us know how important and what we're talking about has been for her. I mean, I just think that is so great. We know we're on the right path.
That's right.
We are on the right path.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies. I'm calling from Mobile, and I just wanted to call and try to add something to a conversation. This is a great conversation and much needed.
Yes.
And you're right, Ms. Burns, comment to Ms. Burns, and she is to be commended and her coalition.
Absolutely.
And the only thing I wanted to add, Sunshine, is because the problem is only going to get worse because of the world we live in and all the problems. But I just wanted to share with y'all a saying that I saw on the wall. And that saying said, give tomorrow a chance. And that really resonated with me. And so maybe that is something that 988 can use to help someone is when people are at the end of their rope, or they think they're at the end of their rope, and they just want to end it all, just maybe if you let them know that give tomorrow a chance.
Yeah. Oh, that is so beautiful.
That's great.
That really resonated with me. Again, 988 is to be commended. Great conversation, great show. And I just wanted to call and add something to the conversation. So
thank you so much.
Have a blessed day.
Oh,
you too.
You too.
Thank you. That is so beautiful.
I'll get off and let Ms. Burns come in.
Okay then. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We got another phone call.
Okay.
We're going to take the calls, then we'll hit all of them. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see when he hangs up. Okay, here we go. And good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to make mention that I know suicide is kind of a hard subject for me. I lost a son. It hasn't been 2 years ago yet. And you get so caught up into, why and the questions, and there's so many unanswered questions. But I thank you guys for getting this information out there because it's just hard, and it's hard to explain all the feelings and the emotions that you go through. But then I had to realize, too, that I had a 24-year-old, but I also had a 14-year-old. And it's so, I never wish this on anyone, but if you have to go through it, counseling is so important because I was so into myself, but I thought about my 14-year-old. He lost his only brother, and he was going through a lot, and we got so much accomplished just by someone out there listening to us and asking us questions and caring about what we were going through.
Absolutely.
So I thank you so much for putting this information out there because it's much needed, and we see it so more now than we ever did before.
Right.
So it is important for us to talk about and reach out to others. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, ladies.
All right. You have a great day, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel, I can't believe that we're down to the last 5 minutes.
Oh.
That hour has gone by. For the gentleman that called from Mobile, we thank him for, give tomorrow a chance.
Yes.
I like that.
Absolutely.
And believe me, this is what we're going to continue to do. Rachel and I are already thinking about something else that we're going to present to keep this information out there because it's so important that we do. And with what you do, Rachel, it is so, even though you say it's all volunteer basis, but it takes a heart that can see the problem, that you can help direct to get the resources that are there for those who are not familiar. And I don't think you can ever become more familiar with that, but know that resources are there.
Absolutely.
Even for adults who are going through things.
Yes.
That there is help. Give tomorrow a chance. I love that.
I love that. That's
because of the fact that there's so much going on in the world today, with all the things that we're dealing with socially, the things that we're dealing with nationally.
Yep.
Life is lifing.
That's right.
And we, as the people that are living the lives, got to realize that there are resources there to help us to cope.
Yes.
As we are lifing.
Absolutely.
It's just so much that's going on. And I believe that even for those who are viewing today, know that there's hope. Know that there's a chance. 988 is there. Thank God for it. That the number was shortened so that it can be remembered. And it's not a hard number at all to remember.
Right.
But the fact of it is, it's there. And Rachel, I cannot thank you enough. And she accepted my invitation. I could see the smile. I could hear it. And I appreciate that because, I want this out more often. And I want to encourage everybody also to make sure that you attend the event that's coming up this weekend. You'll find out because she's got a lot of resources there that's going to be Are you going to be there in the bathroom?
Yes.
She's going.
I'll be there.
Go
The
out this
coalition will
weekend
be
so
there.
you can meet Rachel.
Yes, please come out and see us.
And it's going to be there at Museum Plaza. She's got a pretty much all day event going on. So go by and go out seeking information. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Once you receive that knowledge, then you can apply it. And who's to say you won't save somebody?
Absolutely.
That step that it takes to get somebody to realize that we will give tomorrow a chance. I've taken your he saw it on a wall, but I like it.
Yeah, I've seen it on a T-shirt, and
Yeah.
I like it too. I love that.
I
phrase.
mean,
it's wonderful.
Give tomorrow a chance. I really
Yes.
like that. And but Rachel, I tell you, if there's a person that maybe want to get in touch with the coalition, how would they do that? How could they find ways to be in touch?
Yeah. So our website is suicidepreventionescarosa.org.
Right.
And so there's a way to contact us through the website.
Absolutely.
And we would love for them to do that.
No, and if you want to find out about those steps that you can look for, believe me, when I keyed it in last night, it popped right up. Go to the website. If you just put in suicide prevention, that's the first thing that pops up. You're going to see all these beautiful colors, purple and all that. It's going to pop up, and the information is there so that you can use that to, help everybody who needs the help. I mean, don't just push it under the thing. Let's get out of this myth that what stays in the house, what happens in the house stays in the house. And I cannot say that enough, but I just want to say to you, thank you so much for taking the time to spend time with me today. And we're going to spend more time together, I guarantee you.
I look forward to it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic day. We have learned so much. It's time for me to get out of here. But I tell you, when you're talking about things that's so important, the clock just seems to tick so fast. I can't believe it's been an hour. But I'm going to leave it with you as I do every single day, because I really mean this from my heart. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in whatever you do, I believe this with everything that flows through me, that you'll be a total success. So until tomorrow, for my good friend, Mr. Sylvester Wooten, he's coming in to inspire you on our midweek motivation. He's our guest tomorrow. So until then, know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. And remember this number, 988. Utterly important. Until then, bye for now.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.